Welcome back. If you've missed part 1 of this show or you've missed the previous episodes, you can catch us on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on our Facebook page. Moving on, let's continue from where we left.
So now that we've been able to see the practicality of a Volkswagen Golf in a family situation, let us now take a look at the various engine options you can be able to get in this car, what makes them easy to maintain, and what makes them also exciting to drive. Volkswagen have been a powerhouse in selling their vehicles worldwide, at some point even surpassing Toyota in yearly sales. So we can gladly say that it's no small company. They know what they're doing. But we won't focus on their very rich history of automobile assembly today, but rather in one of their best-selling car, the Volkswagen Golf. Kenya has embraced the Volkswagen brand and cultivated an almost cult-like following. Its blend of comfort and performance is seriously unmatched by any other car brand in the country. The car is touted to be made stronger than okay, you know what? Just take a look at these two salesmen go at it.
Jump up and down like this. It wasn't so strong.
See what I mean? Apart from its build quality, the next important thing a car should have is the soul. The soul that drives the car. Wait. Is it the soul or the heart? Okay, scratch that. The heart that drives the car. So today we're going to take a look at some, not all, but some of the engines that are in the lineup VW have to offer. And by not all, I mean the engines below 2 liters that are supposedly cheap to run as well as affordable. So if you're waiting for me to expound on the high capacity fire spitting, exhaust grunting, front wheel scratching, high performance engine that Volkswagen makes, wait for the next episode. So in particular, we are going to take a dissecting look at the 1.2 liter TSI engine that produces 105 horsepower and a maximum of 175 Newton meters of torque from 1500 RPM. Now, for those of you who don't know what TSI is, it means turbocharged stratified injection, which sounds like a ferocious yet accurate medical procedure. Anyway, TSI engines combine what Volkswagen has learned from turbo diesel injection technology and FSI, which is short for fuel stratified injection engines, which Volkswagen has been making for a long time. Now, TSI engines are becoming more popular just because it provides a high torque figure that is available from much lower revs and maintains at most RPMs. Since torque is defined by how much power you need to move an object, this means you don't have to firmly plant your foot on the gas pedal in order for you to start moving even with a heavy luggage, because the engine is strong enough to do so at this point rather than this point. This makes cars equipped with these engines more lively at lower revs, which in turn makes them more economical and cleaner. When comparing an older 1.6 liter 105 horsepower FSI engine mated with an automatic gearbox with a new 1.2 liter 105 horsepower TSI engine with a DSG transmission, which is short for direct shift gearbox, which is a fancy way of describing an unbelievably fast changing automatic gearbox. More on that on later episodes. So if you were to compare the two engines, you will find that the newer engine has less emissions, which means an effective engine that emits less dangerous chemicals into the atmosphere, thus helping you save more fuel money without trading it for performance. And when I read this, it sounded too good to be true, considering VW hasn't been honest in the past. Yikes.
And good afternoon to you. This is the first indictment in the Volkswagen emissions scandal, and the man charged just walked out of court.
So I dug deeper. This is where I get technical. So if you're not into cars much, let me put a video of cute pussies to help relieve the mental pressure, since I'm about to drop some knowledge on your head, son. Or data. The first driving principle behind the system is direct fuel injection. Volkswagen uses the latest injection technology to shoot the fuel directly into the cylinder's combustion chamber at higher pressures. The TSI engine combines direct injection with turbocharging, and in some instances combining it with the supercharging technology for better boost. In cases where the high-performance TSI engine has both the super and turbocharging technology, the supercharger operates at low revs with the turbocharger joining in as the engine speed rises. Another important component for a successful TSI is an intercooler to reduce the temperature of the air coming into the engine and thus allow more of it to come in and reduce the possibility of detonation or engine knocking. So in other words, the TSI technology aims at downsizing engines, e.g. 1.2 liter engines replacing 1.6 liter engines, or the TSI V6 engines replacing V8 engines, and so on and so forth. So now that we have an idea on how Volkswagen uses their amazing technology, let's look at their most important and widespread TSI systems on their popular engine lineup. The 1.0 TSI/TFSI, the 3-cylinder loaner. The engine is in since 2005, as well as a number of compact cars from the Volkswagen Group. The engine's performance varies from 122 horsepower all the way to 180 horsepower offered on performance models like the Seat Ibiza Cupra, Polo GDI, and the Fabia RS. Fabia RS. The engine lineups don't stop there. The 1.8 TSI/TFSI, the newer EA888 4-cylinder 1.8 liter turbo engines, sorry I went so technical there, was designed and developed by Audi's engineers for optimal performance and efficiency, which uses direct injection plus multi-point injection. It's an inline 4-cylinder with 4 valves per cylinder combined with a double overhead cam valve train layout. 120 to 170 horsepower, and 230 to 320 Newton meters of torque. I don't want to talk about this engine because there's a lot. This engine is found in the Volkswagen Jetta Mark V, the Volkswagen Passat B6, the Volkswagen Passat CC, the Audi TT Mark II, the Audi A3, Audi A4, Audi A5, Seat Leon Mark II, Seat Altezza XL, Skoda Yeti, Skoda Octavia Mark II, and the Skoda Superb Mark II. God damn. The 1.2 TSI engines all have a cast aluminum alloy block for lightness and die-forged steel crankshaft for strength. This family of 4-cylinder turbocharged engine is produced by Skoda Auto at the Mlada Boleslav car factory in Czech. Yeah, that word. This particular engine uses a technology called demand-controlled injectors, which eliminates the need for a return fuel system. Try explaining that to your mechanic. The single turbocharger in the engine offers 1.6 bars of pressure and is equipped with a front-mounted intercooler. The cheapest 1.2-liter TSI engine currently on offer produces 86 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and a 160 Nm torque from 1,500 RPM. The 1.2 TSI engine also offers a 1.5 horsepower and a 175 Nm of torque engines on selected models. These engines have 4 valves per cylinder and offer improved performance. 4 valves per cylinder. The other TSI engine is the 1.2-liter R4 TSI/TFSI, which is based on the 1.4 TSI/TSFI engine design. Instead of the grey cast iron engine block, which the 1.4-liter version had, the 1.2-liter TSI has an aluminium cylinder block with a cast iron sleeve, which are just the liners. The bottom end also received new die-forged steel crankshaft and cast aluminum alloy pistons. All the above changes made all moving parts lighter. If you compare the 1.2 R4 TSI/TFSI engine with the 1.4-liter TSI, the 1.2-liter is 24.5 kgs lighter. Wow. On top of the engine block, there is an aluminum alloy cylinder head. It has 2 valves per cylinder and a single overhead camshaft layout. The engine has a non-serviceable timing chain. Apart from the turbo that provides a max boost of 1.6 bars or 23.2 psi, the engine has the fuel stratified injection system, which means that the sequential fuel injectors inject fuel directly into the combustion chambers. The compressed air is cooled by a water-cooled intercooler integrated into the intake manifold. Now, this engine, which has a code name EA111, has certain, problems. Oh, I wouldn't call them problems, but these are just some of the things you need to look out for when you have this engine in your car. The most common issue is a stretched timing chain and timing chain tensioner failure. Also, the engine produces a lot of vibrations, but don't worry, this is a normal cold start engine operation. According to customer satisfaction research is done, the engine reliability depends on the driving style of owners and how timely maintenance is done. The average lifespan of the 1.2 TSI engine is about 250,000 kilometers. The 1.2 TSI engine is widely available across all subcompact and compact Volkswagen Group cars. This includes the VW Polo, Golf, Beetle, Jetta, Golf Cabriolet or Cabriolet, Golf Plus, Caddy, Touran. And if you thought it couldn't be used in other vehicles, you were sadly mistaken, because it's also in the list of Seat and Skoda models, i.e. the Ibiza, Leon, Altia, Altia XL, Skoda Fabia, Rapid, Roamster, and the Yeti. And guess which other company uses the engine? Audi, in the A1 and in the A3.
all we had for you today. Join us same place, same time, or on our social media platforms where we'll happily reply to your messages and suggestions. I've been your host for today. I'm Kemani, and before we end our show, here's a compilation of beautiful moments with cars.